Another Los Angeles Rams draft pick. I'm sorry I'm late getting this video out by a couple hours. I got called into work, but I wanted to make sure I do a video for each and every one of the Rams draft picks. So starting us off here, but this is from the Rams Wire, Cameron De Silva. Rams used 2026 pick to trade up 47 spots for Ohio State defensive tackle Ty Hamilton. For the second time today, the Los Angeles Rams have jumped up the board. They traded from 195 to 148 and selected defensive tackle Ty Hamilton. In the trade, the Rams gave up the 195th pick, so that's in this year, as well as a 2026 fourth rounder, so that the Rams were willing to give up a future pick in order to go get their guy. Hamilton, who is 6'3", 299 pounds, was an all Big Ten honorable mention in each of the last two seasons. He had 38 tackles and 2 sacks in 2023, followed by 51 tackles and 3.5 sacks last season from the defensive tackle position, putting together a strong career for the Buckeyes. Earlier in the day, they moved up from 127 to 117. Yeah, just like 100. Yeah, okay. I did a video about that here. But the Rams continue to bolster the defense, adding a terrific athlete in Hamilton. He'll join the defensive line rotation with Kobe Turner, Braden Fisk, and Poona Ford, giving the Rams another guy who can get after the quarterback. And yes, folks, that is what this pick is about, right? Let's tell it like it is. They gave up a lot, right? Like when you're given a future fourth round pick, to move up in this draft. But that, to me, signals that the Rams had this guy pretty high on their draft board, and they were like, we got to get him. We got to get him. All in, right? I initially was caught off guard by the move. I'll fully admit to it, knowing just kind of the compensation. And I don't think defensive tackle was necessarily a need coming into this draft. However, there's nothing wrong with having as many pass rushers as you can, right? There's nothing wrong with having as many run stuffers as you can, right? And that is something that I think will just elevate this team, right? Like the Rams are not a team that needs a draft haul of 14 players like they did a couple drafts ago. No, they're a pretty well-established roster, and they can they have the luxury of being able to trade, a future fourth-round pick to go and get a guy that they truly believe in. And by the sounds of it, Hamilton, that's someone that they believe in. They believe they can help, that he can help in the run game. They believe he can help, break down that pocket. I can honestly say, out of all the draft picks, this is the one I'm most curious about, just because I don't know a lot about him, but I do know that he sounds like he had a productive career at Ohio State, and this is a player I'm going to be watching in training camp. I want to see what is his production like at camp, what's his role going to be with this team, because it is a pretty stacked room when you already have Braden Fisk and Kobe Turner in there. So I'm excited for it. I think he's going to a good group of guys. They'll welcome him in and show him the ropes in the Rams way, no problem. Welcome, Ty Hamilton. Welcome to the Rams. We're excited to see you have a productive career in the quest for another Super Bowl victory. That is what this is all about, folks. Thanks so much for watching. I'll have another video coming out. If you haven't checked out some other draft content, feel free to do that. And as always, go Rams, horns up, and peace out. Let's go Rams. Feel free to like and subscribe, all that good stuff.